I think I am live. Yep. So I started the character over again, and I thought I would start off this Saturday morning with making the proper, torn that I wanted. Because like I said, when it comes to the long haul of things,
What brings you
I want to be 100% sure. Do I want to be a night elf? Or do I want to be, a minotaur? That's all I'm saying. Hello, how's it going? And to me, there isn't much of a difference. Just give me a second here to check something out. Let me get rid of a few tags. We'll do that. We'll do that. There is none of that. Almost done. Hold on a sec. Ah, for fuck's sakes. We'll see if that makes a difference. Probably won't. Hello, Optic Gamer. I changed the... Well, I mean, just for this one. Not, like, forever. But I got rid of all the other tags of all the other games I might not play. And instead of putting random games, because I don't plan on either being here very long or playing any other games, I more specialized it. But again, that's not because I think I'm going to do better in this live stream doing this. Remember, and I'm always going to go back to this, there are people that I know that are like me, where they're all over the place, doing multiple different things. They're having no problems growing their social media world, you know what I mean? Sometimes I have people say, hey man, you seem like a nice guy, but no offense, have you thought of not going all over the place with your games and your live streams and trying to narrow it down a little bit? And I go, I get what you're saying, because in a way, those one-trick ponies will have a higher subscriber to view count, because whenever a guy live streams that only plays 1 or 2 games, you know what they're going to do. You know what I mean? There's no, I wonder what he's going to do today. It's not a Kinder surprise. You open the live stream, you know what you're going to get. With me, I mean, you relatively sort of kind of know where I'm going. New games come out. Your Hitmans, your Watchdogs, you know that I'll talk about them for a good solid week or so until I beat the game. And then after that, it's my usual World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, some American Truck Simulator, Skater XL, that kind of stuff. So it's not like I'm really psychotically all over the place. So, no, when I watch some other people literally doing exactly what I'm doing, I'm like, nah, I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. If the people come, great. There's no sense in me changing just so I can get a few extra viewers. It's just not worth it. Oh, I have no idea. I mean, just make sure you're connected to the internet first when you get the cars, and then just play offline. That's how I've done it. I've played that game offline before, and it worked fine for me. What's it saying for you? Car not available or something really weird like that? Like, are you getting an actual error? So you're able to play Forza Horizon 4 offline, but not use any of the DLC cars, is what you're saying. That is some weird shit. So again, slightly on track until we go off track. This is World of Warcraft Classic, if it wasn't obvious enough in the game description, the title description. And it's a new character. You know that it's level 1, so you know before even coming in here that it's essentially going to be really fucking slow and boring. Not necessarily the way you want to start your Saturday morning or night or afternoon or evening, depending on what part of the world you're from. But I just thought I would mention it because I feel confident that I'm not going to do anything else during this live stream. Again, the Burning Crusade is going to be coming out sooner than later, to leave it at that. We also have the fact that, you know, these characters in Classic World of Warcraft, they're a psychotic commitment. And before I commit, now that, you know, I've got my Night Elf Druid to level 30, and that's all fine and dandy, or 31. Before I commit all the way to 60, I'm like, you know what? This isn't retail. Retail and retail World of Warcraft, it doesn't matter what race, what faction you are. Everybody looks the same because you can transmog, for the lack of a better term, your cat form, your bear form. Whereas in Classic, you have two distinct looks. Only Night Elves can be Druids on the Alliance, and only Tauren can be Druid on the Horde side, and they look nothing alike. Bear forms are similar, though Taurens are considerably larger. I'm just saying, I mean, look at me, I'm like a beef. I'm like a big piece of ham, you know what I'm saying? Minotaur power right there. So the bear form, you're bigger, and you've got big fucking horns, and I like that. And instead of being a purple cat, if you've been a part of my other live streams, you are basically a lion with two massive horns. And it looks cool. And I've never in 17 years have ever been that druid. You could be asking yourself, well, why not go on retail? It's super fast. Log on to your Horde druid and just go in cat form. Ah, you would think that. But these cat forms that you see in Classic have been vanished forever. There's no relics, there's no transmog, there's no in-game store pay transaction. The old style look cat form, bear form for Druid is 100% gone. It's a thing of the past. You want that look? Play the old game. So that's what I'm essentially doing. It looks different. It's a completely different color. I might end up liking it more. The leveling zones are completely different. I've said this before. If you don't play WoW both ways, if you're not bi in WoW, you know, where you swing from both sides of the fence, you know what I'm saying? You're really missing out. You know? See, that's how you make a joke about that. Hey, Brian, not too much. How are you doing? You're fairly new to the channel, right? You were in here yesterday when I had a mild, small influx of people that just kind of came out of nowhere that were really weird, that were asking me to pronunciate certain names. Well met. That's something that actually happens to me quite often. People will come in and they'll be like, say my name, say the whole name, and I'm like, why would I do that? It makes me say something stupid, and then after that, it could end up getting me banned. Optic Gamer. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. But you see, and I'm not saying you were trolling, but because you could be a smartass without being trolling, without being a troll. You know what I mean? There is a difference. Because I'm a huge smartass. Because I'm like the complete polar opposite of Ninja. He's successful. He's annoying. And he has hair. I'm not successful. I have no hair. But I'd like to think I'm not annoying. So, I'm like literally, you know, the complete opposite. There's only one part he has that I want, and that's what everybody wants, and that's the gravy on their potatoes. Nobody wants dry mashed potatoes. Nobody. You want at least a little bit of butter, and you know what I mean? Maybe a little salt and pepper. Well met. Go. But the gravy, I mean, it's the gravy. I mean, like I need to explain that. Everybody wants moist, mashed potatoes. It's like the best thing in the world. But for Optic Gamer, go to the marketplace or remove car. It's over my head and under my feet. I seriously have no idea what you're talking about. I know that you're trying to play offline for Forza Horizon 4 with the DLC cars. But what is happening that makes you think you can't do that? That just seems like an odd thing. It's like, hey, you can play this game offline, but you're going to be forced to be naked. No armor for you. Just seems like a really odd thing. Unless your DLC cars, downloadable content, have not downloaded. That's the only thing I could think of, and you can't access them because you haven't downloaded them yet. In which, maybe that's why you're asking me if you have to go to the marketplace to get them. But I'm not too sure what you mean by remove car. So here's a fun part. It tells me to grind to level 3. That's an interesting thing because of all the beginner zones, I don't think I've ever been told I should grind. So this is it here. Just in case. I know there's only a few people in here, but... Oh! It says to you, go to the marketplace or remove car. Well, remove car makes no sense when you're trying to add one. Well, are you currently connected to the internet? I think that's just what's going on. Is you're trying to access a car that you haven't downloaded yet. I think it's just as simple as that. Then I'm confused. No, what? Okay. Let's do one quick, because there's a delay from when I talk and you actually hear what I'm saying. So let me slow down my speech so I don't talk too fast and ask 50 different things and then you go, yes. And then I'm like, yes to what? Are you currently connected? Well, you must be connected to the internet because you're talking to me. Is your Xbox currently connected to the internet? It's in your garage. Okay, even better. The mystery continues. There's a thing when you play the game where you can just get into a car and automatically call it to your location. Do you know how to do that? You know how you can just switch cars at random, like at any given time? Do you know how to do that? Let's start with that question first. I'm assuming you know how to do that. Anyhow, for this zone here, you don't know how to do that. Well, pause the game. See, that's the thing, because I'm playing this game and I'm not in Forza, I just do it. Like, I don't know how to explain it off the top of my head, because I don't have the whole UI memorized in my head. But there's a very simple way that when you're out and about just driving in Forza Horizon, that you can just simply change cars. You just, like, pause the game and you go through your menu. And any car that's in your garage, you'll be able to use it. If you're already playing the game, and you have no internet on your Xbox, then there's definitely no reason why you shouldn't be able to get into a DLC car. Why are you sorry, Adolfo? Sorry for what? You're sorry that you're in a hotel in Galveston. Is that in Texas? No. Galveston. Where is that?
What brings you here? Go in peace.
There we go. Oh, that was just me rambling on. It really opened my eyes up to something. Well, I mean, which I already knew was there, to be honest. But it just kind of made me go, you know, because sometimes I think I'm doing something wrong, and I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. If those two dingleberry shit stains are able to become big and not even do anything, yeah, no. Late for what? Oh, I'm fine. I'm just, as the title says, I just felt like doing something a bit different and specify what it was exactly I was doing. Well, I mean, entertaining might be a strong word. Ninja's very entertaining for some people. I'd rather watch paint dry on a wall while iodine is being poured on my open wounds than to have to listen to him for 2 seconds. But he's successful, so he's obviously doing something. So Ninja is always individually what you think he is. So when some people go, oh my god, Ninja is amazing, he is amazing to you. It also means you have a mental disorder. But yeah, sure, for you, he's amazing. Whereas for me, he's not. Just because he's doing amazing doesn't mean you're amazing. And that's why I made that video. That's what that video touched on. It really, full circle, full square, whatever shape you want to use. You know, just because you're successful on YouTube doesn't mean you're cool, you're badass, you've got your shit together, and that you really necessarily know what the fuck you're doing. It really doesn't. And you can have someone who's, and I'm not saying that I do. I'm not saying that I do. I'm saying one can have everything that's required to just be able to be a half-decent streamer / uploader / Twitch streamer, YouTube streamer, make a bit of a living at it, and barely be able to get by. And just because someone sucks on Twitch or YouTube from a performance standpoint doesn't actually mean that they suck. There's a lot of people that I've watched, like I said, that are like, you know, like the guy I talked about in that video you just mentioned with that title. That guy, Wings of Redemption. I made a video on him before. But why this video is different is I learned something about him that I had no idea. I actually didn't realize just how big he was from a social media perspective. Like, he's like 100 times bigger than I realized. Wings of Redemption. And he's one of those people, probably the number one, I say semi-celebrity, as in like that has a decent following. He's probably the number one guy that I legit 100% do not understand how he got where he is. I honestly don't. You know, sometimes you got to be humble and go, well, how did this guy make it? And I always go back to Dr. Disrespect, but that's because I really like that guy. He's funny, he's original, he's creative, he's able to, in the moment, you know, do video editing while it's live. All the, you know, the different screens zooming in and out. It looks like a Hollywood production movie. And then he's actually good at the games he plays. He's actually a world champion at games like Call of Duty. He's not just like a meme that's all like funny and hilarious and going around getting killed all the time. This dude wins battle royale games. Like, he actually fucking wins competition, world competitions, and he's fucking funny, and he's creative and original. It's kind of hard to fucking see how he's not successful, right? But then you look at a guy like Wings of Redemption and you're like, I beg your pardon, what? Like, what exactly am I, like, you know, like I got 4 eyes, I could see pretty good even with 2 of them. But when I put the 4K goggles on and I take a closer look, I legit don't see it 1% how the fuck he's making it. I don't get it. But that actually motivated me. I went, if this fucking sack of shit can do that, maybe I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. Don't worry too much about the numbers. And maybe somehow, somewhere, some way, someday, something might change. There's definitely hope there. So that's what he's done for me. One positive thing Wings of Redemption has done for me was brought me hope that what I'm achieving to succeed in is not impossible. I missed a little bit of the chat. Me, a Series X? Oh god, no. I'm not getting a Series X. I ain't got the money for that. or the interest. I mean, if one fell right off my head, I'd probably trade it in for a case of Diet Pepsi. No, I wouldn't mind having a Series X, but I'm definitely never going to buy one. I'll touch base on that in a second. I'm not one of those PS4 or PS5 fanboys. I'll explain my fanboyism, but I'm a nice fanboy. I'll explain that in a minute. Ninja, Google Ninja. I'd watch an annoying streamer than... What? I'd watch an annoying streamer than to watch Ninja. But Ninja is annoying. I'm so confused. I still remember he tried 1 million people to do the dance and no one fucking does it. But he is successful. I mean, I can't laugh at that. He is good, like Ninja. He is really good at Fortnite. I mean, that's how he became famous. So again, he does have a skill. So I mean, I do have to give him that. When I trash Ninja, it's him as a person. His personality. I mean, I'm sure I don't really do it for much people, and the amount of people in the live stream reflects that. But that's okay. I'm not ashamed of who I am. He probably just doesn't care because he's a millionaire. But, whereas like someone, like some of the other people I've mentioned, there's not really that many nasty things you could say about them. Like, let's say Jacksepticeye, even though I've poked fun at him because I find him a little too over the top and a little annoying, I actually fully respect him. Try to find controversy or something annoying or really bad about him. I don't think there is anything. So what's there to hate about him? Apart from that, he just drives me nuts, but that's different, right? So, yeah, that Wings of Redemption, like I said, he's something else. Because he's not even actually really good at Call of Duty. I saw some of his matches, that was the other thing. And I get more kills than he does. Because isn't that the whole thing? How many kills can you get, right? The whole Call of Duty, right? Are you at the top of that fucking list, or are you way at the bottom like I used to be? And I watched his matches. It's that whole thing, like before you start trashing someone, look into them. Oh, I'm looking. I looked right into him. And why can't I loot this stuff? This is kind of really weird. But, I looked, I saw what he ends up with, and there's just not much there. I don't like popular Twitch streamers. Some of them only read the text on the donation, not the chat. Yeah, but I can defend that. I can actually give you an example right now. Look at what's going on in my live stream right now. I'm a nobody. I don't even have 2 fucking digits in my live stream. What have I done in the last 5 minutes? Apart from flapping my gums 100 miles an hour. I've barely played the game. Because I'm trying to keep up with the chat. There's barely anybody in here, yet look at how much chat is going on. It's fucking hard to keep up with that shit. So, those really big... I can't even imagine me having 50 people in here. I've had 220, but that was thanks to my friend Ali, who shared my stream on his Facebook, and then everybody came and watched me for a while. But nobody was really talking. But even 50 people, 30 people, it would almost be a complete nightmare. I've had 12 people in my streams. That's like my upper end of my average. On the upper end is about a dozen people in my streams, 10 to 12. When there's 10 to 12 people in here and almost everybody's chatting a little bit, even with the times being slowed down in between chats, there's times I had to stop completely gaming for almost 15 minutes. It's impossible to keep up with people. So I don't blame those guys that have 25,000 plus people in their live streams chatting to when you're that grossly popular to make a members only chat. Because then it's like your most dedicated followers are, you know what I mean? And even within them, there's probably still going to be thousands of them in there. But it really helps narrow down, you know what I mean? Who's in there. And then you have a much higher likelihood of the streamer being able to, you know, to interact with you. See what I mean? I'm like literally scrolling through all this shit. It's crazy. Look at how much chat there is. Guess the only good thing about Ninja is he's actually good at the games he plays. That's right. That's right. But I'm being honest. I'm admitting that. He is good. He's not like a useless shit who's not good at anything. Ninja is really good at one thing. It's just too bad that his vocal cords work. You see what I'm saying? Whereas, again, Wings of Redemption, there's nothing about him. He's always yelling at his people. He threatens that if he doesn't make $5 an hour, he's not going to play. He's not going to stream. He throws his controllers. He throws a fit. I don't get it. When I talk about streamers in your live stream, Phils, I don't like to say their name because I'm basically... Oh, I don't fucking care. It's not like you're putting their link in the description and telling them to go see them. Trust me, no one can ruin my streams more than myself. It can't get any lower than where it's at now. It's not like it's not like the 3 people in here are going to flock over and go see Ninja now. I talk about Dr. Disrespect all the time. I go, do you really want to be entertained? Go check out that guy. You know, just maybe stop by once in a while and say, hey, I remember you. But, he's not good when he got eliminated by another player. He reported him. Yeah, stream sniping. That's what I mean. That's why I don't like him. You just highlighted why I don't like Ninja. Because he's a whiny, crybaby bitch. He yells at young kids that are like 10 or 12 years old and tells them to get their shit together. And the moment he gets killed in a game, like Fortnite, when you die, that's huge. You're gone. Bye-bye. Unless you play that game mode where you can keep respawning. You're done. And he throws a fit. He reports people. He slanders people. That's not cool. And that's why I don't respect him. Right? Not the biggest fan of Jacksepticeye, but I would watch him any day over Ninja. Exactly. I've said this before, and it's not to be rude. It's a straight fact of life. Every streamer, including me, even though I don't really consider myself a streamer, we all have different personalities. I'm definitely not for your average person, because my numbers would probably be a bit bigger. But Jacksepticeye, like I said, I can't do it. But I respect the fuck out of him. He's not a whiny crybaby bitch. You know what I mean? He doesn't shit on people all day long. I mean, I shit on people a lot, but the ones that deserve to be shat on. He's a good person. You know what I mean? He's a good entertainer. It's just his personality type, his charisma, his style is just not for me. But I wish him all the best. Same with Ninja. I don't personally hate... I don't fucking know the guy. I just know that if I met him... Well, I know for sure he wouldn't say hi to me because I'm a nobody. He would just walk by me and that's what I want. Right? Or if I saw someone like Dr. Disrespect, I'd be like, notice me, you know? Because I like the guy. You know? Same with Markiplier. Markiplier is good. He's... I don't know too much about him. But I've watched him here and there. He can be pretty funny. He's got his moments where he can get serious, kind of like me, and goofy. Seems to do like a nice blend of both, which is kind of nice. Something you won't get from someone like Dr. Disrespect, at least as far as I know him. He's in that character mode pretty much 24/7, except for like maybe once or twice in his life when there's controversy and he addresses it as himself and not as his persona. Epic Games literally lets Ninja be the owner of everything. You hear about the YouTuber that admitted cheating on his wife? Yeah, that was Dr. Disrespect. Obazy Arnold, I like your content. Thank you. Not many people do. Also, where's Cody? I don't know. He's basically the... But I love that this is happening right now. I haven't touched this fucking guy. I haven't moved my character in like, what, 5-10 minutes? 7 people in my live stream. I can't keep up with the chat and play the game. 7 people. So I am defending people that have 20, 30,000 people in their live streams and make it that it's like, bitch, unless you pay me, you can't talk to me. It sounds really fucking rude, but there's no way to keep up with your audience. You cannot keep up with 25,000 people while you're playing a game like Call of Duty. You can't do it. You would like to talk to everybody. I'm struggling right now. What a good morning in New York when you drink your coffee and watch your brother, Phil. Hey, how's it going, Ali? You are a streamer. It's just that YouTube is killing... Yeah, I would say. I don't like any of them, as I do not consider them gamers but streamers. They do not call their streams content, but all I see is the same freaking game doing the same thing for money. Yeah. I'm basically the chat. I'm the one that types the most in this chat. Yeah, if Adolfo and a few other people disappeared, I'd be talking to myself for the next couple of hours. Yeah, I mean, some do it for just money. I mean, I'm obviously doing it for fun. I haven't been streaming for a year and, averaging 5 people in a live stream because the money's good, right? But it is fun. It really is, or I wouldn't be doing this. But at the same time, sure, like, what's the ulterior motive? Well, of course I have a dream. It's to get off disability. Like, that's a legit thing. I want to self-sustain myself financially and not sit around moping around that life sucks like I've been doing for half my life that I've been on disability. I watch all these other people become successful, some of them having no appreciation for their audience or for the game they play. They sound miserable, not in all instances. And they just can't seem to just enjoy themselves. They don't seem to make an effort to connect with their audience when they can. And that bothers the hell out of me. Would you consider streaming on Facebook? Well, it's not that I wouldn't, but it's, to be blunt, I don't know what that would do for me. In the sense that I don't really use Facebook. I don't like Facebook. There's been a lot of drama there from some of my old friends from back in the day. I tend to keep... No, I know what you're probably going to say. Let me see if I can read Ali's mind. Oh. Open up maybe a new Facebook channel for just this. But I already have such a small audience on YouTube. I don't see how moving to Facebook would help things out. Same with Twitch. I really do like Twitch as a platform. But, after you stream there for 3 or 4 months, 40 hours a week, and you average 1 viewer, it's fucking depressing. You know what I mean? I couldn't even become a Twitch affiliate. You have to average only 3 people. That's it, just 3. Essentially, if I could average on Twitch what I'm averaging on YouTube, I would be able to receive bits, donation bits, and I'd be able to have people subscribe to me. I can't even have that happen right now because I only average 1 streamer per stream. It's ridiculous. I was about to suggest my page, 50... Oh, you mean stream on your, I think you mentioned something about that before. Something about you're able to host people or something like that? I would probably look into making a brand new Facebook account for just gaming. Not move to Facebook. I see what you're saying. Streaming simultaneously. Let me try that again. Streaming simultaneously. Remember, I'm French. English is not my first language. And telling your viewers on Facebook to check you out. Yeah, I have nobody on Facebook, though. And the ones that I do, I wouldn't want them to come watch me, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, I would probably look into maybe starting from scratch a new Facebook. Do I need special software for that? Because I know Restreamer can be quite intensive on your system. Is that complicated to do? Like, I know some people will stream on Twitch, and then I worry about if I have a few people. I worry about if there's a few people on each platform that are talking, as you saw for the last 10 minutes, that I might struggle with keeping up with chats from both platforms. All the money you make on Facebook is all yours. Sounds good, Adolfo. Yeah, that's true, because donations on YouTube, and I love them. Thank you, Ali. But yeah, YouTube takes a nasty cut from donations on YouTube. That's why, which I rarely ever talk about, but when people do ask, that's why I generally prefer PayPal What's awesome about PayPal, I had someone donate me a couple of dollars there about a month ago. I got an email, and I wasn't even streaming. It was just out of nowhere. It was just, hey, I just wanted to say hello. Wanted to cheer you up. Gave me a little tip on PayPal. I logged into my PayPal. I clicked accept. Within 15 seconds, it was literally in my bank account. I didn't have to wait until the next month. It didn't get chopped by 30% from YouTube. It was like 1%. So it was like a $35 tip, and I got to keep like $33.50. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, wow. And it was like instant, because PayPal has a new thing now where you can do instant direct deposit into your bank account, which is pretty wild. YouTube, to me, it's kind of shameful that they take such a massive cut. So if someone donates $100 to you, you see like $70. It's like, god damn. You know what I mean? Like, that's a really heavy chunk, to be paying. Just use Streamlabs and pay the Prime fee, $12, and you can stream on all platforms at once. I know nothing about Twitch. I can't even become an affiliate. I can't even average 3 people in a stream on Twitch. So I know nothing about how that works. See, Streamlabs. I think I talked about that before, Ali. The reason why I don't really like Streamlabs too much. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Seeing more than one of me is probably not something people want. All right, let's do this right now. Or should I just do it like this? Wait, what happens if I go like... Oh, that makes it all weird. All right, let's keep it like this. So I'm streaming right now. I'm using OBS, not the Streamlabs. I want people to see this in the flesh. So I use a DSLR camera. Good for me. There it is there. Okay. Now here's my microphone. As you can tell, and this is not a bragging thing. I'm just trying to show you what I've done to invest my money to show how serious I am with having high quality, lighting, camera, and microphones. Look what I've done. This is something that Streamlabs cannot do, unfortunately, even though everything else about it is better. I have filters. Okay, I now don't know if I'll be able to open this right now, but this is a guitar effects processor that I paid almost $200 for. I don't know if it'll let me open it because I haven't logged in a while, but it's still working. Can you hear me now? Let's go with that. Let me know once you can hear me. I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to click on anything. Let me know when you can hear me. Is everything good now? Okay. I won't click on anything, and I'll make sure that you could still see my mic. Okay. So I have four filters. So when I told you my fan was blowing, can you hear it? My fan is blowing right next to me at like 100 miles an hour. It's like an airplane fan. Did you hear it? Did you hear the fan? Probably not. Me swishing my tongue inside my mouth. Did you hear that? And the reason you cannot hear all those nasty sounds, all these sounds happening around me, is because I spent a lot of money on a noise filter that I use from a guitar effects processing software. I have a $200 equalizer, professional equalizer that like people like, I don't know, anybody, Bon Jovi, any famous singer uses. I have a de-esser to remove those sharp sounds, and a wider to give me a little bit better of a wider stereo sound. Those things right there is what completes and gives the full potential of my microphone. Streamlabs, this doesn't work with Streamlabs. That's why I don't like Streamlabs. That's why. Streamlabs, you would hear the fan, you would hear people farting outside, the birds chirping, the rain falling. You would hear everything. You see what I'm saying? I don't want that. I spent a lot of money on this microphone, and I spent a lot of money on what's called VSTs. And OBS allows the use of VSTs. It's compatible with VSTs. Unfortunately, Streamlabs is not compatible with any of the software that I spent a lot of money on to kind of like perfect my sound, if that makes any sense. Because a lot of people ask me, come on, man, why don't you use Streamlabs? Why don't you like Streamlabs? Sometimes it's a little bit hard to explain, but that's why I don't really like it. No VST support, to keep it simple. And that's a real shame, because everything else about Streamlabs is very, very good. Actually, a lot of people look at Streamlabs as a, what's the word I'm looking for? As a successor, if that's the word you use in English, to the standard OBS Studio. But unfortunately, my microphone wouldn't work well in it. And that is a problem. Because I've thought of multi-streaming to like Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but it's just been so complicated. So that's why I haven't really done that. But I'll look into maybe I think my regular OBS can do multi-streaming. I think there's a Restreamer thing, if you've ever heard of Restreamer. I don't know if you have to pay for that, but I think it allows you to log into a profile of some sort, and yeah, and then you're able to stream to multiple places. So I might look into that later, and then if I ever do and make a new like Facebook or whatever, I can maybe look at streaming on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Maybe I need to do that, you know, to kind of put myself out there as much as possible to see if I can essentially grow. I have a decent following on Twitter. I don't think you can Twitter live stream. But yeah. I'm just going to head back here, turn in my quests. But I have to empty my bags really bad. Ali, what microphone do you use? Do you use, like, fancy software and all that kind of stuff? Or do you... I think you use a headset, because I've seen you... I've watched some of your replays of your streams. Where can I empty my bags? For real. I'm not used to playing this character. Even though I've been playing this game, like I said, for 17 years, I've never really done the Torn beginner part. And I have to wait for gold from my alt to come in, so that I can afford my skills. Because that's kind of a big deal. Does my microphone still work? And I want to make sure now. Testing. Yeah, I could see my mic bar. Okay.
The winds guide you.
Mark of the Wild. When do I get these? 1 silver. At number 4, so I need 2 silver.
We
Okay.
shall meet again.
This is a cool skill.
Hail. Ancestors watch over you.
Moonfire. Accept break.
Greetings.
The battle boss. What?
Go in peace.
Accept break sharp tusk. I am so confused. The battle boss. I've already done that. Talk to Brave. She walks around here. Sorry, I'm trying to look. Oh, right there.
Well met.
There we go.
Peace, friend.
For the few people that are in here, Moonfire. Sure, we'll do that. And that.
Walk with the
Is
earth.
there anybody that might be playing the Burning Crusade Classic when it comes out? Because it's a much more approachable version of the game, in my opinion. The game is much, much easier. Well, maybe not easy, but less time-consuming is maybe the right word to actually make some decent progress. Which is the whole reason why I'm kind of tempted to level a character to get ready in the next few months. Excuse me, for the Burning Crusade. Hey, hello, Haruki. Oh, you're still in here. I like the Burning Crusade. Priest has mind control. There's Eye of the Storm. You do the math. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Priest was one of my first heavy gankers ever, even in Classic. You know, that whole expression, they melt faces. So here, even though I'm starting all over again, and I already got a 31 Night Elf Druid, and I love my Night Elf Druids. And I know I talked about this earlier, but in case some people weren't in here. Oof. It's a big decision. It's not like you can just change. Like, if I didn't like his horn colors, or his face, or his nostrils, or anything like that, you can't change that. There was no barbershop in Classic. There was nothing. You know? The cat forms, the bear forms, they're different between Horde and Alliance. That's no longer the case now. So it's like it's a huge deal to make sure that the character that I play is what I want to stick with, if I even decide to stick with this game to begin with. You know, coming into the Burning Crusade, I don't really feel like playing multiple characters. I mean, I might end up playing maybe 2, because the time consumption's really not all that bad. Once you're at the end game, you no longer have to level, and you just have to do your arenas every week. You know, it's literally like about an hour a week of work to maintain a character. And then all the time after that, I can just spend just doing whatever, just some random stuff, right? But yeah, priests are pretty cool. And that's kind of the problem with the game for me. Almost everything's kind of cool. Oh, so I received my gold from my character that I mailed over. Definitely not a lot of fun, because I have to go from here all the way to there, get my mail. Oh, man. I'm almost better off getting that flight path that's over there and going to the mailbox over there in the Barrens. Yeah, I might do that in a few moments. But, Cad, will you be playing, do you think? Like, are you currently playing Classic or Retail right now? And me, because of zones and characters, I've said this before, I sort of kind of do like Horde and Alliance roughly equally. But I do tend to like Horde a little bit more. There's just a lot of geographical advantages I find to the Horde. Maybe it's just in my head, but it almost sometimes makes me wonder if, without doing it on purpose, if the game, especially Classic, was almost like Horde favored. But I mean, I really doubt that they did that on purpose. I play retail, yeah, from time to time. I want to stick with the Burning Crusade Classic eventually, because I like Draenor. Yeah. Well, it did so much, you know? The Burning Crusade really added some quality of life improvements. I mean, you could fly in Outlands. You could make more gold in Outlands, making respecs a lot more possible. Druids actually have feral gear, you know what I mean? They have dedicated healing gear. You know, you don't have that. You know that the tier armor in World of Warcraft Classic for Druids, it's all restoration. There's no agility or strength on tier armor for a Druid. How am I supposed to gear? Do PvP? Right, so do 18-hour battlegrounds in Alterac Valley for 3 months so that I can have the gear in PvP meant for a Druid feral, and then by then the Burning Crusade comes and all of that gear is useless upon my first green from the first quest reward that I get. That's my frustration with Classic. Right? It's just too hardcore. And it's really not all that great for feral Druids. It's almost as if Blizzard didn't want you playing feral. They're like, come on now, don't be ridiculous. Do something actually useful. Watch this. Let's do the typical, you know, tier 2. That's what my Druid would look like in tier 2. Now let's click on the pieces. Intellect, stamina, spirit. 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 Where is the strength? Where is the agility? There is none. There's none. It just does not exist. Intellect, stamina, spirit. Even with tier 3, the highest gear you can get in the game, it doesn't exist. But if you're a rogue, strength, agility, stamina. Not only are you getting agility, you're also getting strength, agility, stamina. Agility, stamina. Like, imagine facing a rogue in tier 3 versus a feral druid in tier 3. I would get stomped. Do you know what I mean? So those are my gripes with classic World of Warcraft. They really fucked the pooch in that one. They really did. To me, they kind of fucked up. They really, really did. And then the grind for PvP is just, come on. It's just unrealistic. It makes no sense whatsoever. You know, so that's why I have my quarrels with World of Warcraft Classic. They're like legit things to be, you know, complaining about. Whereas again, as soon as you go into the Burning Crusade, right? You have 3 different sets of gear. Do you want a tank? I mean, we do have a bear form. Why'd they give us that? Do you want to heal? Like, it's amazing. And then naturally, if you want to do more than one roll, sure, you'll have to farm several, you know, pieces of armor. But at least that option is there. Whereas in Classic, there is nothing to farm. You have to farm miscellaneous, non-rogue bounded rogue gear, essentially, is what you end up having to do. Right? So that's why feral druids struggled a great deal in Classic. Unless you did the Grand Marshal shit, like I said, for PvP. They figured that out. It's not like it was overpowered. Let's take a look at that again, actually. PvP. Where is it? There we go. High Warlord. So that's what a High Warlord Druid would look like. Well, let's look at the gear. Wow! Innovative. There's a concept. Strength, agility, stamina, intellect, and spirit. You get a little bit of everything. Because that makes sense. But you need to be a fucking warlord to get the shit. General, like, it's, do you know what I mean? Why couldn't they have done something similar for that tier armor? I'll never know. But good luck looking like that guy there. Good luck with that. So that's why I can't wait for the Burning Crusade. If I stick with it. I still haven't, you know, fully figured that out yet. But I think I'm going to do this quest, and then I'm going to go to that flight path, the mailbox, pick up some new bags, try to speed things up a little bit. Battle Lore flank. Yeah, because when you have no bags in the beginning, it can be very brutal. And look at that, I'm already out of mana. Crazy stuff. There we go. Now it wants me to... Really? Okay. Let me just see where it would want me to go eventually after. Okay, so it would want me to go in that tunnel. Okay. It's going to be a long walk. But it's too bad that wall is there. Because that means I might be forced to walk all the way around. I might not have a choice. Oh. Oh, that's to go in there. I'll just go take a peek. Like I said, I don't have a lot of experience playing around in this area. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to go in there yet. Yeah. I was kind of hoping I could hop over somehow. But it wants me to walk all the way around that wall. Trump must have been a designer of World of Warcraft Classic. But yeah, PvP in this game, especially on a high population server. And I think, confidently, the Burning Crusade might even bring in even more people than what Classic did. I really think it might. Like I said, even from like a time sink perspective, it's just so much more... Oh, damn it. If I could have just hopped over there. No, not gonna happen. Fuck. Ah, well. It'll be a waste of time for a few minutes. It's gonna be boring, but it's gonna be well worth it. I'll be able to get some bags. I'll be able to afford all my skills. Because my rogue is almost level 50. And he had a bunch of gold, so... Even though this is not the most populated server, I didn't want to play on a server where there would be no gold. Makes leveling an alt a lot slower. That way, if I decide to be serious with this guy, then I can transfer him to my favorite server. Like right now, my favorite server that's the most populated, that's the most well-balanced, is Whitemane on Classic World of Warcraft. North America. The second best is Sulfurous. I was going to play on there, but I didn't bother, so I'm on Blomu. Blomu. It's a weird name. Sounds French. Oui, oui. Le français. And that was the only high population server at the time 2 years ago that I could log on, so that's why I made my character here. But now that it's kind of like only half the population is the highest one, I don't need the highest amount of alliance for me to go around and kill, and I'm fucking level 4. I can't do shit yet anyways. But that's what I mean. Like, I really feel like we can argue about what's the worst WoW expansion, Warlords of Draenor. We can really argue about what's the best expansion. Some people will say Wrath of the Lich King. Some people will say the Burning Crusade. One thing very few people argue is saying that Classic is better than the Burning Crusade. I don't think really anybody would ever really say that. I can't think of anything that Classic does better on its own without the addition of everything that the Burning Crusade brought. Extra races, shamans on both sides. You can make more gold again. It's more accessible to be able to respec. Gearing is a lot less time consuming. It drops from 18-hour day grinds to 1 hour a week. Hello, you can fly, but only in Outlands. Like, it just does so many things. I can't see how many people would want to stick.
I've been expecting you.
Would want to stick to Classic. I mean, I'll still probably do it for the fun of it, because you can copy your character over.
Goodbye.
But I mean, apart from that, I don't think I could do it. But I'll still do it for the fun of it. Just because I can. So now I'm going for a very long walk to get my gold and shit. I was kind of semi-tempted to move to where trolls and orcs start, but I don't think there's a Druid Trainer in the beginning. It kind of wants you to stay here in this zone, ideally for the first 12 levels. Hello, not Luke. It's not Luke. It's Peter. How you doing?
Hail. Goodbye.
But yeah, to me, this is still relaxing. Not too bad. Probably gonna have to urinate there in a moment, so I'll have to AFK quickly. And I'm on my 3rd day of only drinking 1 Diet Pepsi a day. I don't know if, well, I did mention it yesterday, but yesterday's stream was weird. And there's like people in here, but there was like literally no one talking, like literally no one talked. And then I refreshed the page, there was a bunch of people talking because of that weird glitch. And I was like, oh, there you guys are. But then nobody was talking after that. But I had mentioned that I had a pretty nasty panic attack a couple of days ago. Because I usually drink 2 or 3 of these. So I'm on Weight Watchers. I've mentioned that before. And I've lost about... oh, but you piss off. I've lost about 14 pounds of body fat, but I've only lost about 10 pounds on the scale. Because I'm on creatine, that opens up your muscle cells, blah, blah, blah. You'll retain more water because, you know, your muscle cells goes from this to this. More water can get in. Water weighs a lot. And I've been putting on a little bit of muscle because I've been doing P90X really hardcore for a while. So I know for a fact that there's something going on there. The sleeves to my t-shirts are getting bigger, or are feeling smaller because my arms are getting a bit bigger. So there's probably easily 5 to 6 pounds discrepancy between the water gain and the muscle gain, but yet I've now maintained the same 220. So to make a long story short, which I'm not good at doing, and it's probably boring, but you'll learn a little something about me if you didn't know this already. So at my worst, I weighed about 350 pounds. This was like several years ago before I ever really did YouTube at all. And anyways, I lost about 130 pounds. And then I hit a plateau for an incredibly long time. Like, I mean an incredibly long time. Then I got all the way down to 250, 240. And that was a huge breakthrough for me because that was like 100 pounds lost. Anyway, so for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I've just been kind of idling at 232 pounds, 232. 232, no matter which way you read the number, 232. And I was sick and tired of being at 232. So in December, I started doing Weight Watchers. And within the first month, by January the 1st of this year, just a few months back, I went from 232 all the way to 220. I dropped about 12 or 13-ish pounds. So that was really cool. But then I started working out really hard. P90X, did that for a while until I then incorporated the creatine. And then, bam! I went back up to about 225 pounds, 226 pounds. Well, that was depressing as fuck because I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get that number closer to the 200-pound mark. Not go back up to where it just was for the past half decade. So, make a long story short, which I'm not good at doing, I am, with all that gain from the water and the muscle, like I said, I'm now back down to that 220. So I lost an additional 6 pounds, even though I'm still at the same number, if you know what I mean. So in theory, I've lost 16 pounds, but on the scale, it only looks like I lost about 10 to 12. Because, you know, you can add muscle and all that kind of shit. And a bit of water retention from the creatine. But then there was a bit more of a plateau, like I said, where things just didn't seem to be budging. It wasn't making sense. I just couldn't lose this, despite the fact that I'm very strict with my Weight Watchers. So that's when I started wondering, could it be the Diet Pepsi? There's no sugar, there's no carbs, there's no calories. All this has is caffeine and aspartame. And that's where the controversy comes in. That's where it gets political. Is it really that bad? Is it really that good? Well, I know from a diabetic standpoint it's amazing because my sugars are bang on perfect. Like my sugars, my diabetes is at the best it's ever been in my entire life. So from that standpoint, this is amazing. But there's rumors, allegations that aspartame, fake sugars, can trick your body into thinking it's real sugar, increasing your appetite and slowing down the weight loss process. Your body wanting to attack all this other shit that's in the Diet Pepsi instead of tapping into the fat reserve. So in the beginning, sure, I made some pretty big drastic changes, lost a bunch of weight, but then I plateaued for almost 3 months. Seems a little bit weird to me. But even though I probably did lose an additional 5 or 6 pounds of fat since January, get it? Because I added muscle and all that. I lost 5 or 6 pounds in the first week of December. Now all I've lost is 5 or 6 pounds of fat since January. So I am making progress, but it's insanely slowed down. So now I'm doing a theory of cutting back on this. I had quit cold turkey from 3 cans a day to 0, but I had a nasty panic attack and I almost ended up in the hospital, which is actually the main reason I'm on disability to begin with, because I suffer from those. So it was like a bit of a shock. So I said, well, just like I did with alcohol, even though I did cold turkey on that, and drugs, let me taper off of it. So anyhow, boring story. You'll still see me drinking one of these, but not 3 of these. So I am cutting back just to kind of not have it be so much of a shock on my system. Because, like I said a couple of nights ago, that was one of the scariest nights I could remember in a long time. Hey, Big Simp Tyrone, how are you doing? I was just rambling on about how I've been cutting back on caffeine and aspartame, and how I'm going through nasty withdrawals. That's essentially it. I don't want to recap the whole 10-minute story there that I was just rambling on about.
Be careful.
A little better. Wasn't so good a few days ago. It was pretty nasty. It was very, very nasty. Oh man, what to do? Oh, what to do? I don't know what to do. Shit. I'm just not used to this area. Yeah, I just had some nasty withdrawals and panic anxiety. I almost ended up in the hospital. Because I quit cold turkey drinking 3 of these a day. Just, maybe that's all I should have said, but somehow it took me 10 minutes to explain that. Let me look at something here, sorry. Profession trainers. So we'll do herbalism and skinning. Right? We'll do fishing. Profession trainer. Don't mind me, I'm just kind of like talking to myself there for a minute. Okay, let's do that. So we have a Druid Trainer there, that I know. We have the Skinner. Can we zoom in a bit more? Okay, so we do have a Skinner there. Okay, let me start off with that. Yeah, so as you could read from the title, I knew I was going to be consistent with it. I was like, let me, even though people should just know by reading the title, mainly chatting and random games, like, I mean, it doesn't get more blunt than that. What kind of live stream is this? Oh, he's just mainly rambling, but he's playing some random games here and there. In other words, that's not the main focus. Whatever. I just thought I'd be different, because whatever. Wasn't really expecting anything to happen as a result, but I figured I would just change it.
I have just the thing for you.
Cook, journeyman, leatherworker.
Ancestors watch over you. Well met.
Well, that was to go on Facebook, but I don't really like Facebook. Streaming, like multi-streaming, like streaming on Facebook. Like you share your stream on his page. I would need some type of multiple streamer thing that allows me to stream in multiple different places. That's what that's about. I'll have to contact him privately, like just to get a conversation between him and I to see how I could maybe go about, doing that.
I've been expecting you.
I bet you have. So that is leather. Okay, so that's a 6-piece there, 4-piece there. Okay. First of all, exactly. I don't need the bread. That's some beginner gear that I'll be able to
Walk
wear at
with
level
the earth,
5. Doing some of the boring basics here.
Ah, I have just the thing for you.
I bet. You don't have any water, so you
We
don't have
shall
the thing
meet
for me.
again.
Maybe it's trades goods.
Greetings, traveler.
Yes, a skinning knife is always helpful. You know, considering I'm a skinner now. You'd think I'd be able to just use my claws, but you know. Let's not get too technical. Bleach? Yeah, I'm not drinking that. Really? Well, who the fuck?
Go in peace.
I was just here.
What brings you here?
Who the fuck has water?
Will be at your back.
The cook, the gunsmith, the weaponsmith. Huh. Interesting. So I'm trying to figure something out here. Where is the herbalist? Herbalism's way the fuck over there? Are you kidding me right now? See, I wanted to start questing in Durotar. Durotar. There's a fisherman there. But that's the problem. Good luck with the little book getting the Druid Trainer. That's what I'm looking for right now. We got a Skinner there. Man, I am confused. How the hell am I supposed to get my skills past level 12? I could have sworn Crossroads had a train. No, there's just a mailbox, and I can't zoom in. That's some messed up shit. Okay, so 12 to 15 will be the Barrens. I guess it's just one of those things where you have to fly back. Oh, not that good. Not that good. I mean, I have fun, but they're just not growing. No matter what games I play. No matter how edgy I try to be with my jokes. It's a bit of a crapshoot. Doesn't matter what time of day I stream. Whatever. But like I said, I had some time to kill. So I did want... to stream a little bit. But I have cut back on them, like I said. Because I have to.
Looking for something special?
Fishing pole. Sure, why not? Because I can't have these consume my time too much. I have to work on, what actually works for my channel. Like trying to find reasons to do guides and stuff. Like right now, all I want to do is play World of Warcraft, so that's what I'm doing. But I am probably going to have to talk a little bit more about Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. I got a few new subscribers because of the couple of little beginner tip, guide things that I've posted on there. Helped a few people out. Oh my god, thank you so much for that. And, getting a lot more views on those videos than anything else, right? So I do have to focus on that because, like I said, since the beginning of the year, I've been streaming a bit more, but not that much more. But my revenue has plummeted down the toilet. I'm almost near the beginning of when I was first monetized a couple of years ago. I'm making the same money I was making the very first month I was monetized. So it's not really all that fun. I was progressing, plateauing, progressing, plateauing. Progressing, and then I nosedived in 2021. I just went straight the fuck right back down to the very beginning. So it's, yeah, it is. So it's a bit of a kick in the pants, because I do put in a lot of time and effort into my channel overall, because I really do want to, for obvious reasons, maintain a certain level of finances. Plateaus are one things. Going down a little bit is one thing, but when you drop by 50%, the amount of subs I've been getting the last 3 months since January, I've gotten the same subs in the last 3 months that I normally get in 1 month. So like I said, it's really been slow. Just me running around on a new character in WoW Classic is definitely not going to help either. But even if I played Call of Duty, to be honest with you, and I was the best, and I was like always at the top of the chart, you know, with the most kills, I could almost promise you I still wouldn't grow. Because I tested that theory. I did that for a while. I actually do decent in Cold War. But I know some streamers that I get more kills than, but they have like 230,000 Twitch followers, 500,000 subs on YouTube, and they don't even really YouTube. I'm like, God damn, I YouTube 24/7. And I got people that got a channel 200 times bigger than mine, and they don't even YouTube. It's like, well, fuck, that must be nice. You know? So yeah, not too sure what to do. But that's why I'm still testing this out. The Burning Crusade now is coming out soon. The new hype surrounding it is there. It's definitely going to be more popular than what even Classic was. It's a niche thing. You know, sort of like Asmongold. He only plays World of Warcraft. He brings in 50,000 people on average in a stream. 50,000. I just want 50. You know what I mean? 50. I'm not asking much. So, I'm going to see if it's possible, and if not, well, I'm going to have to think of something else.
Well met.
Because obviously this formula is just not working. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. That's just the reality. 151 mana. Yeah, let's get a little bit of that. 57. Alright, that's done.
Mother.
Where is that herbalist? Ghosts of Tsushima. Yeah, that'll be definitely interesting. So this is the Torn main town. Definitely not a place I frequent too often. Because I've never really done the intro for the Torn, so this is a Torn Druid again. Because I want to make sure that this is what I want to do. Like in terms of the whole Druid thing is what I mean. I want to make sure before I commit to my Night Elf Druid that I maybe wouldn't enjoy more the Torn one. They look completely different. Completely different leveling experience. It's just not the same thing at all. Oops. I'm going to go get the flight path, then I'm going to go to the AH. But first, I'm probably just going to run to the bathroom really quick before I urinate all over myself. I had a huge protein shake. It's like a 1 liter drink.
What brings you here? Be careful.
So I already had technically the flight path here. Okay. So I should have gone to the other area. Whoops. Oh, at least I didn't die there. So now I'm going to buy some bags, a little bit of gear to get me started right about here. But I shall return in a moment. Just going to go to the bathroom really quick. The funny thing is how complicated that is to do. Because I got the steering wheel, the laptop on the edge. It's kind of complicated. Because I have like a little dolly, and it's like half on my desk, half on my dolly, so I can bring the laptop closer to me. Because it's a really small, like, MacBook. And that's why I always have to, like, zoom in the screen so I can read the text. So I gotta, like, move everything. It's a real pain in the ass. But yeah, I shall return in just a moment. I was lazy to get up, but man, it was worth it. Holy macaroni. Now I gotta grab my laptop back. Put it back over here. There we go. Ah, that was so good. Alright. Now to get some bags. Yeah, so if you're still in here, Tyrone, yeah, it's just been me thinking about still what to do, like, for the long term. Once I get a bit more time, I still have to figure out, like, certain games that I just keep going back to make a series on, so that when people subscribe to that, they have a reason to keep coming back, like I said. I do 10,000 different things. People subscribe for 10,000 different things. If you don't do the thing that they subscribe to in the first place, they're not necessarily going to watch you. But again, I've learned that that's not always true as well. There's a lot of people out there that just do a bit of everything. And they're having no problems having people coming back. Right? 12 slaughter. 14. What? Holy fuck, this is a small server. That's all there is for bags? No. That seems fucked up. Wow. That's like, that's it. This is it. That's all they have for bags. That seems really fucked up. Damn. Yeah, that's really strange. I guess I'll do the journeyman. Come on. So that's 3. And we'll do 4. Yeah, so it's either going to be this game long term with like the Burning Crusade doing psycho PvP or Call of Duty. But there is a huge problem with Call of Duty though. I just can't play Call of Duty like several hours at a time. Like I just, you know what I mean? I just don't, I love the game, but I don't love it that much, if that makes any sense. Whereas this game can be slow, it can be fast. It could be as slow or as fast as you want it to be, right? I mean, obviously, when you're leveling up, it's going to be piss slow for the first almost month. You know, but that's just the way it is. Really? This is fucking insane. There's like fuck all here. Holy fuck. Wow, this server's like fucking dead. That is insane. Huh. Okay, so there's staves, but I'd have to go and learn how to equip those. 6 attack power, that's at level 8. Two agility, 2 strength. 6, 2 agility. That's 3 gold. Probably gonna have to go learn that now. Do you like Tyrone Call of Duty a lot? Like, if you were to play a game for PvP, would you rather play a game like World of Warcraft or just play Call of Duty mindlessly for hours on end? Well, yeah, it's fun. Sure. But could you play it long term? Couple hours at a time, or would you get bored? Oh, okay. But does this game sound appealing to you? Big, massive open world, you level up, you gear up, and then once you reach the top level, it's Call of Duty style. You can do 80-man battlegrounds and just fucking kick the shit out of each other. Oh, you'd just rather play Okay, so you'd rather play a first-person shooter. Yeah, Battlefield is a lot of fun. Definitely. I'm almost done with this. Fine leather tunic. That's not until level 12. Hey. Better than nothing, I guess. Agility and stamina for the monkey. I'm preparing for later, so I don't have to come back and do this shit again. Grizzly pants of the spirit of the owl for the monkey. Might as well do that. And then feet. Wow. Nothing until... That seems insane. So be it. Wrist and hands, and that's it. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, this server's like fucked. What the hell? I just don't get it. Eagle. 2-step. Yeah, might as well do that. Okay, so that's done. I got my bags. Didn't really get much else, to be honest. Yeah, Battlefield. I think there's a new one coming, isn't there? Level 8, level 4, 12, 10, 9, 11, 14. Holy shit. So level 8. Yeah, so this will be the one that I'll get first. That's the weapon. Let me go to the weapon. Yeah, I think there's something in the works. Oh, there, sweet. Two-handed maces.
Farewell.
I don't know exactly if those rumors are true or anything like that. But yeah. So I've got my skinning. I've got all that done. Most importantly is my bag space. Alright, let's do it. Wait, you know for sure that's happening? Oh, you think could be? Alright, let's just go in here. Time to grind out some levels, finally. I got some gear. I got some shit. Right. Yeah, Modern Warfare I'm usually not a big fan of. I like the Black Ops more, but Cold War is pretty cool. I am liking this one. But I don't know. Like I said, it seems almost impossible to get a following on Twitch. Twitch still seems to be sort of the place to be. Hold on. I'm going to have to go soon anyways. Yeah. Well, I've already been streaming for a while anyways. Not like I feel bad if I gotta leave soon. But at least you can see how fucking slow it is in the beginning, especially if you want to run off and get bags and send gold from your alt over. That was the main thing that I wanted to do. Because this server is not quite as populated as the one my Night Elf Druid is on, for example. That one's like twice as populated, easily. So that can definitely slow things down in the sense of, you know, there's less people putting things on the auction house. Could be harder to get some gear. It's very rare that the rewards that you get from gear, from questing, is going to be good gear, rather. That does not usually happen. Thanks. You too. Take it easy. Yeah, actually, I might as well just end it now, because I have to go in like 5 or 10 minutes anyways. And I think I'm the only one left in here. So this is a perfect time to make my getaway. Alright. If there's anybody still in here, which I don't think there is, thanks for stopping by anyways. I might be back later, but like I said, weekends are a little bit sort of like an all-over-the-place kind of thing. It's whether or not the mood hits me, you know, really to stream, because as you can see, they don't do that well. But I do have fun, so it's like a balance between that. And if I don't come back, it might be a little bit later, in which I would probably still play this game. I'm not too sure. I just have to think of some content to make for Story of Seasons so I can kind of keep up with that. Because those regular uploads is, no offense, what's a lot more important for my channel to actually get paid. But yeah. All right, maybe I'll see some of you later.